Welcome back, HC Nation. Zach Edwards here with another episode of the Stump the Creator podcast. This is a Friday edition. We do all of our Stump the Creators on Friday because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are all of our history classes. Well, Friday is just an empty day, and we had a lot of fans that were asking us to bring back the Stump the Creator program. This is where you try to stump me at the game Historical Conquest with that one. Yeah. So Historical Conquest is a really fun game. It's where you're actually playing with people from history, trying to take over the world or boost morale of your people. So basically you're winning by war or winning by peace. You get to decide, and most people play by a hybrid of whichever one comes first. But we've got like the atomic bomb wiping out whole lands. You've got the Black Plague. You've got everybody and anybody that's in history. And based on their history, you're actually playing with different abilities based on that history. So the combinations that you can create are huge. It's so much fun. You got to try it out. Now, if you, as you play, come up with a question, you're like, I can stump him, submit it to me. Send it to me. I will answer it online in video form like this. And if you can stump me, great. I'll send you a prize. If you get something that's close, I will give you an honorable mention and you also get a prize. And otherwise, we put your name on here. Now, just your first name. We don't ever do that because we work with a lot of youth, but we will put your question on here as well and answer it in front of everyone. Now, here's the big thing. With Stump the Creator, I can't know what the question is until I actually do it online on video. So what we do is if you put Stump the Creator as the subject line in your email, we will respond to that email with this video. But I will not look at it. I'll put it into a folder, and only on that day that I'm actually reading it in front of the camera will I actually read it for the first time. So here we go. Today's is from Cole. Cole, thank you so much for submitting this. It says, if I play Margaret Kemble Gage, so the wife of General Gage during the American Revolution, do I get to pick which character she turns into a spy? If so, can I use Dr. Joseph Warren and turn whoever Margaret Kemble Gage turns into a spy into a double agent? Interesting. Let's look. Okay, at this point, I'm going to pause the video, bring up those cards, and get right back to you. 1 second. Okay, here we are. So Margaret Kemble Gage. Margaret Gage was very significant because Thomas Gage, her husband, a general in the American Revolution, before, not just a general, Governor Gage, he was the royal governor for Britain over Boston, Massachusetts. So Massachusetts and Boston. So he was in charge of everything that was happening in that area. Well, on the night of the first attack, so Lexington and Concord, most likely, or possibility, Margaret Gage is the one that overheard her husband telling it to his officers, and then she shared it with the Sons of Liberty, who then put the lanterns in the North Church. Oneth by land, twoeth by sea. They were going by sea, so they brought 2 lanterns up to the top with Margaret Gage's message, which signaled to Paul Revere and others to start riding. They left and started to tell Lexington and Concord that the British were coming. Or it was not the British were coming, the regulars are out. Because regulars were the types of soldiers for the British. They were the normal soldiers that were marching out there. Okay, so Margaret Gage, her question here is, turn one of your opponent's characters into a spy. Great. And steal 1,000 of your opponent's attack points and add that to your defense. Okay, so Margaret Gage turns your opponent into a spy, which does not mean anything when it comes to like stealing cards or anything like that. What it does is she steals 1,000 points of attack points, and sends it over to your defense. Now this is a hold. She can use the abilities twice. So the H right here is hold and use the abilities twice. Now, if you use this, and then as Cole was asking us, Dr. Joseph Warren was turn any of your opponent's spies, Margaret Gage if she was turned into a spy, or assassins into double agents, and you may use their abilities against their owners. Oh, okay. Nice. So, look at Margaret Gage. Well, wait a second. Margaret Gage is a spy. So you're not turning who she's turning into your opponent's character into a spy. She is basically a spy. You could use her abilities again. So Cole, I mean, you could use either one. You could use it to turn her into a spy, or turn her into a double agent, or turn the person she's turning into a spy into a double agent. So you can do that. Now, if she turns the character, the other opponent's character, into a spy, means he works for you. If he's working for you, he cannot attack you. So it does not actually say it here. It should actually say it here. But in that case, if he's working for you, he cannot help that person, or cannot attack you as a person. Also, if he's a spy, you can also use his abilities, because the ownership, this is something we talked about a while ago, and it comes up every once in a while. If a card allows you to have ownership of a card, now it doesn't say put it into your land. They're an agent in your opponent's land. You get to use their abilities. And if you turn that person that Margaret Gage turned into a spy, if you turn them into a double agent, then yes, you'd be able to use their abilities as well. So you can use the abilities of Margaret Gage, stealing 1,000 attack points, or you can steal the ability of the person that she turns into a spy. How great is that? Okay, so Cole, great question. Okay, but you have a second question here. Can I use John Colton on Mahatma Gandhi? Okay, so this is going to be a longer one. I'm going to have to pause this and go find those two cards again. One second, be right back. Yeah, I got my trusty little dog over here. Always wants attention. Okay, I got to do this. I'll get back in video. Bye. Okay, that was harder to find Ghandi than I thought. It's an older card. Okay, so the question again was, can I use John Colter on Mahatma Gandhi? John Colter says discard one of, that is actually supposed to be one. I think it's an older edition. Discover one of your opponent's leaders. Discard one of your opponent's leaders, or prevent any opponent from decreasing the morale of 2 rounds. Okay, so this is a leader. It is a spiritual leader. And yes, I always say that spiritual leaders are still leaders because you have the capital L. So, discard one of your opponent's leaders. But now, what does Ghandi say? It says, the land Ghandi occupies can neither attack nor be attacked. Great, you're not attacking with John Colter. You're not attacking Ghandi. You are attacking, or you're not attacking the land. You're going after Ghandi. Now, events are not considered an attack. An attack is land to land, which is why Ghandi says right here, occupying neither attack nor attack. Sorry, the land Gandhi's occupying. The land he's attacking cannot, or that he's occupying, cannot attack nor be attacked. But if you try to discard Ghandi, that does not count as his ability. Now, if you had another card that might do something about it, then we could talk. But at this point, discard one of your opponent's leaders. A spiritual leader is considered a leader. So yes. Cole, great question. Thank you so much for doing that, sending this in. I've got a few more for you, and I will go through them every Friday, and all of yours as well. So please give us your questions for Stump the Creator, and we will talk to you all next time. Take care, y'all. Bye. If you have any comments or questions, add them to the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow, actually. Take care. Bye.